really hard to attain a divorce in pre-revolutionary France. So very, very hard, and some men, unfortunately, were not. A man's inability to perform in bed was one of the few reasons why the church would grant a divorce. And so, women would legally charge their husbands with injurious non-consummation, essentially declaring they couldn't get it up. This was based on the Christian belief that the purpose of marriage was procreation. And so if your husband wasn't potent, thank you next. Men who were charged with injurious non-consummation were taken to court, and there they had to stand trial. The man had to prove he was capable of attaining and retaining a stand-in soldier for an appropriate period of time. These trials became a popular source of public entertainment, and all of the juicy details would be publicized to the entire country in pamphlets such as these. No detail was spared, no matter how small. The member of the said John is like an empty intestine of mottled skin. Said witness stroked it with her hands, and it neither expanded nor grew. Yikes. But don't worry, all was not lost for the men who failed to all rise in the courtroom. Men who failed to get it hard could demand a trial by Congress. In this appeal, the husband and wife would travel to a mutually agreed upon location, and there, in front of an audience of surgeons, priests, and midwives, would have to perform the marital deed. The surgeons and priests would stand discreetly behind a petition, whereas the midwives would sit around the bed in a scene I can only imagine looks somewhat like The Handmaid's Tale. There, the husband would prove he was capable of copulating, and the quality of his admissions were judged. Wattpad could never make up these moments of history. The public became so obsessed with these trials that in some truly bizarre cases, a crowd would gather outside of the trial. There, the crowd would take bets on who would come out victorious, the husband or the wives. In some recorded cases, people brought flags to show who they were supporting and came up with chants that could be heard inside the bedroom. To make matters worse, or better if you're into that kind of thing, the husband and wife would then have to exit through the crowd, with people hurling insults and rotten vegetables on whatever party had not come out victorious. And if you want to learn more about these real trials from history, why not come to my live show in Australia, where I talk about all of the juicy details and sticky situations.